What's going on, everyone? Meister here, and welcome back to the town of Milton. I'm starting this episode exactly where we left off in the last one, which at that time I was dealing with an issue of a lot of businesses struggling due to not having enough customers. And a lot of you were commenting down below saying that it's simply because I don't have enough people in town to support these businesses. And you guys are mostly right. You know, based on the research that I've done, that appears to be the case for the most part. But there's also a part that I think the game needs a bit of rebalancing, perhaps. Because from what I've seen, a lot of other creators are suffering from this exact same issue, no matter the size of their city. So it seems to be quite common for a lot of businesses complaining of not enough customers. So I guess we'll just not necessarily ignore that for now, but I mean, regardless, I have a super huge residential demand, so I'm sure that's probably going to clean up some of this. So yeah, what I would like to start getting into in this video, which is 1 hour long, by the way, you probably noticed that already. I'm really thankful that Paradox Interactive have allowed me, as well as pretty much every other creator that you're going to see uploading today, upload a 1 hour video. So that is really exciting. So having 1 hour, it's going to allow me to explore more of the game. And what I would like to do in this video is expand over on this side of the river. So I just purchased a bunch of tiles, and I think this area right over here is going to be my downtown, just due to its location. It's pretty central on the map, and it's relatively flat too. So I think it's going to be a good spot for a downtown. So before I get into anything over here, I am going to have to build out a road network. So I'm going to spend a couple of my progression points here and buy highways, because I'll have to make a little interchange or something. And okay, I got 3 more points. Might as well just take a look here. Maybe we can spend our points on something. The thing is there's nothing that I really need at this point in time. I still got 3 points. Maybe I'll buy some trains, because I got some trains running through the map over here. And maybe some large parks. Should have a large park somewhere here in town. Okay, so with that being purchased, I'm going to get started on some roads over here in the downtown area. And what I have in mind is I think I'm going to make a coastal route here that's going to follow the side of the river. And you may have seen some other creators do this, but there's a little trick that you can do. If you raise your road just a little bit, I usually do 2.5 meters, and then you just simply build your road on the very edge of a body of water, such as a lake, or in this case, a river. You can actually build seawalls with your roads, and what's really cool is they're actually zonable on one side of them, so you can have buildings directly adjacent to a river or whatever the case is. And it is kind of janky sometimes. You gotta, like, it's finicky. But what I usually do is I turn everything on, turn all snapping on, and then once I have my my node selected here, I turn it off, and it makes it just a little bit, or well, hang on. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So sometimes you can turn it off and on depending on what kind of terrain you're dealing with, but it should work pretty good for you. Oh, wow. I have a little cut and fill wall here. There, so I'll have this follow the coast, but then over here, the hill kind of gets a little steep, so I think I'll have this turn back inland and go off this way. There we go, and I think I'll terraform the area just a little bit, because although the area is pretty flat, oops, the seawall has kind of made it be not so flat. Oh, I might have to destroy this and rebuild this segment. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna re-soften this. I hope this doesn't cause a major flooding event. There, so if I destroy that and then reconnect these two segments, will that work? Ooh, it's not gonna work. Here, let me hit play. Maybe the water has to like drain out. There we go, perfect. Alright, so I want to flatten all of this out, just to make it a bit easier to build alongside the shore. And then I will simply soften everything up. Oh, this is gonna make for a steep hill though. Here, I'm gonna make my brush bigger, and that should help smooth everything out. There, just like that. All right, now we can get started on downtown. What will eventually become downtown. Alright guys, so this is my little downtown grid, and before we get started on anything, I'm gonna have to make some road connections. Uh-oh, what do we have here? Oh, it looks like the pillars haven't gone down with the bridge. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to destroy maybe just this segment. Here, let's see what this does. Okay. There, awesome. Awesome, looks like it just fixed itself. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna have to create a little interchange here to connect everything up. So let's see what we can do here. This might be a little tough, just because I don't have a lot of room. Well, everyone, behold my monstrosity. This is a four-way interchange that links up the town, this part of town, with the rest of the highway. So hopefully it functions well. I think it should. Anyway, let's start to zone here because I got some crazy demand going. I think we're going to place down some mixed housing over in this area. These usually sprawl up some pretty big buildings, so it'll make for a nice downtown. And then let's have some row housing all over here. And it looks like I have some high density residential demand as well. I think low rent housing is considered high density, so I'm gonna place a couple of these buildings. However, I know that by placing just a couple of these buildings, demand just plummets. So I'm not going to place too much of that. And as you can see already with what is... Oh, crap. Alright, so I got to provide power to these guys. And, but what's really cool in City Skylines 2, you can actually just run power lines underground now. So that is not a problem. And then I will get some water pipes over here as well on this side of the river. And then these issues should simply disappear. Just like that. Okay, so I have a ton of low density residential demand as well. So I'm going to go ahead with that. And you know what? I should place a park down here. I got some large parks now. Let's see. Large city park. It's not too big. Can probably fit it. I'm going to place it down right here. Now I got a little bit of commercial demand. I'll place some commercial buildings over here on this side of the river. There. Well, it looks like all my row housing demand is gone. So I'm going to have to wait on that for a little bit. But at least we got something started over here. Now let's focus our attention over here in the original part of the city, I guess we'll call it. And I got some industrial demand. I don't want to place it too close to this housing over here. There. And you know what? I think I'd like to get into some trains. How am I doing money-wise? I'm making a ton of money each month. I am good to go. But I'd like to get some trains in town. So I think over here would probably be a good place for a train station. If I check my terrain. Oh, can I not see? I can go in my landscaping menu. Yeah, this section of land right over here looks pretty flat, as does over here, so this would be a perfect place for a bridge. Here's what I'm gonna do. So let's see what we can build for trains. A rail yard. So this is a complex used for sorting in the maintenance of trains. And it is absolutely massive. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to purchase a couple of tiles. Maybe like these 3. And then over here, I am going to place a rail yard. Adjacent to these tracks, as close as I can. If I can get it straight. There we go. Bloop. I'll place this over here. And that was really expensive, wasn't it? I didn't even look. How much was it? Oh, it's only 150. Okay, not bad. Alright, so now I will connect all of this up. Oops. How does that look? That is super cool. All right, so I'm gonna hit play, and we'll just have to see how our train station functions, but it's not gonna function right away because I have to create some lines directly to the edge of the map, I believe. But even before then, I'm gonna have to provide a road connection over to our rail yard. And I think I will, oh, I can't do that, okay. Let's do this. And then I will connect this road up to our coastal road over here. All right, now we are in order. But I think the next thing I'll do is just extend these tracks all the way over here in preparation for a bridge that'll eventually be over here. There, is that awesome or what? Oh crap, I messed up a little bit. There, I fixed it. All right, guys, there we go. That is our rail network for now. Now, I'm wondering if it works just like in City Skylines 1, where we have inner-city trains that can still come into the train station. I'm not really sure on that one. I'll have to check. Oh, geez, but I gotta hook these up first before I go any further. Alright, so the rail yard is 100% functional. There we go. So, I have no train lines right now, and I am not all the way to the edge of the map, but can I create a train line anyways? So, create new route. Can I bring this to the very edge of the map? Let's see. Oh, wow, it looks like I can. Alright. So that'll be our first route, our very first chunk of public transportation in the whole city. Wow. So I got one line. Let's do this, I guess we can say, like, maybe that's north. We got 2 stops. Okay, nice. We can deactivate lines. Line details. What's the details of this line? Assigned vehicles 4. Ticket price 8. Ah, okay. That's cool. And here spawns our train right out of the depot. Cool. Alright, well, meanwhile, we got all this done. Let's go take a look at our downtown area. Seems like it's coming in pretty nicely. We got some more demand, so I'm going to place a couple of higher density buildings over here. I think I might replace some of these row houses with some higher density residential. Oh, oops. Well, I shouldn't have done that. There was a lot less demand than I thought we had. Okay, but not a big deal. Alright, guys. We just unlocked some Polaris suites. Residents will enjoy the atmosphere of this smooth, luxurious building. Nice! Alright, so let's see where we can place this. I mean, I think downtown is really the place to put this, if I can get it to fit somewhere. Wow, this is actually a pretty big building. Oh yeah, right here along the coast. This is probably a good spot. Bloop! Right here. Look at that beauty. Does it actually contain people? It does. Wow. It gives us +4 well-being within 1 kilometer. So this area is going to be booming. Look at that, guys. Our beautiful downtown. It's ever expanding. That's wild. Okay, well, let's continue expanding. But before I get too carried away here, I want to make sure that my services are still in check. I'm going to check my school. Looks like we still have a lot of capacity. What about coverage? Okay, so we have like 0 coverage over here. I think in this case, so normally you would want to upgrade your current services before placing new ones because it's going to be a lot more expensive. But I think in this case, because the coverage over here is so poor, I'm just going to go ahead and place a second elementary school. And plus, I'm making a lot of money too, like 175, well, oh, it just went down. But anyways, 100 and something thousand a month is pretty good early game. You know, it could be a lot higher for than what it is, but it's not too bad. Oops. So what I will do here, okay, this looks relatively flat, but actually it would probably be flatter if I place it in this orientation. I'm going to place another school over here. So just another regular elementary school. This will service all of these folks. And then I would place a medical clinic. Oh, geez, that's really expensive. How is... We don't have great coverage here. I think... Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and place a clinic. Right here. Oh, geez. Well, that's pretty close to the highway. Maybe what I'll do is put some sound barriers up. There. That'll be better for everybody in the area. Get some more parks in here. You know what I can do? I can probably put a small playground right here under the bridge. Oh, nice. A dog park as well. Parks are pretty cheap, you know. You can pretty much go crazy as much as you want with them. All right, things are looking pretty good. Waiting for a hearse. See, it looks like our commercial issue, like we have some demand, right? So it's not like there's an overabundance of commercial buildings. So yeah, I think I think this is going to be an issue until some sort of rebalancing or something occurs. There we go. Alright guys, well, Milton is coming along pretty good at this point. However, there's one major issue that stands out to me, and this is this interchange over here. We're constantly having some major bottlenecking issues. But look at this. The cars are using all available lanes. We got some queue cutters just like in real life. Absolutely amazing. So I think it's probably time to get into some public transportation in order to reduce the need for vehicles, for cars. So I'm going to go to my transportation menu, and here I have a bus depot that I will be placing down. I'm going to place it over here by the industrial park just because it's going to act as a buffer between the industrial zone and houses. And at this point, what I'll do is start plopping some bus stations. But actually, before I do anything, I should probably... I'm going to build a couple taxi stands over here in town. Maybe a couple downtown, like this, and then one over near the school. So that already should help quite a bit. But I'm also going to place some bus stations as well. And we'll get a simple bus route going. What's this building? Bus station. Terminal for buses. Okay. No, I'm not going to do that yet. Let's continue placing some bus shelters. So we're not a major city yet, so I don't have to go too crazy. I don't have to include bus stations at every corner. But I still want to make sure that I have a decent amount that's going to cover most of the city. Alright, there we go. So now we can get a bus network going. So I'm going to start off here in downtown. And this will give you a good example. It'll show you how intuitive the new bus system is in this game. It's actually really, really good. So instead of creating your bus lines and plopping your stations wherever you want, you plop the station first and then run the bus lines to whatever station you want. So it's a really, really intuitive system. I really like it. Yeah, you know what? I'll have this. Well, I don't want buses to have to transfer all the time. I think I'll do this. I'll have this bus go to the train station. And then I will have it loop back into downtown. But I am going to add some stations. There should be lots and lots of stations on the way. There. And can I add stations? Yes, I can. There we go. All right. So that is my first bus line. Now, I guess from this point, I'll create a new one. And this one's going to run, I guess, parallel to our first one for a little while. Oh, shoot. Can I add new waypoint here? No, I don't want to add a waypoint. I want to add some stations. Here, I'm just going to complete this route for now because I want to add some stations to the other side of this main road here. So this might not be the most efficient way of doing this, guys, but I just really wanted to show you in this this gameplay footage here. My hope was to cover a little bit of everything in this series, just to give you guys a good example of how the game works and how everything looks. There, so I think that'll do. Now I can go into my line overview and I can change the color of my lines so I can tell them apart. And then from here I can go into my line details, and similar to City Skylines 1, I can change assigned vehicles. Oh, okay, so I can change the amount of vehicles that are running across this line at one time, and I can adjust my ticket prices. Oh, nice. Okay, so I can choose between buses and electric buses. I can choose the time of day I want this to run. But I think this is good. I'm going to get this line to just constantly run. There we have it. So we got some buses running. And immediately we see that there is far less traffic. Although this might not be a direct correlation to there being buses now. I think... What time is it? It's 11 in the morning. It might have just been rush hour at the time. I didn't check the time when we were having those big traffic issues. Rush hour is actually a thing now in City Skylines 2, and you have to account for that huge influx in traffic at specific times a day. Alright, so I still have a few minutes in this episode. I want to get into some more specialized industry. I'm sure we have a lot of natural resources that I've yet to tap into. It looks like we have some fertile lands over here. What else? If I go into like stone, don't have much stone. We have a ton of forestry though. I haven't done much forestry in this game. Let's see what else. It's, again, fertile land. Not much stone. And I don't have any tiles left to unlock. Oh, it looks like we're just about to level up though. Maybe if I can just build some more roads, we can get to the next level, and then I can purchase some land. That may have some natural resources on it. Hey, there we go. Level 6. Which, so now we have an additional 1.4 million. Oh, nice. We can purchase 8 more tiles, and we have 6 progression points. So let's see here what we unlocked. Oh, nice. Textile fiber farming, heavy traffic ban, and advanced pollution management. Very nice. Okay, so we pretty much have high demand in almost everything right now, so it's a good time to continue expanding the city. So let's get some low density housing in here. And I want to start mining resources. Okay, so let's take another look here. Specialized industry. You know what? I should get in some forestry. There's a ton of trees on this map. Not too far outside of the city. I think over here is probably a decent spot to get into some forestry. I'm going to buy these tiles over here. And I'm gonna branch this road off going this way. Oh, slope too steep. Oh yeah, that is pretty steep. This is probably a better option, is it? Okay. Let's do a little something like this. And I will create just a simple... Oh, I wonder how this is going to work. I'll smooth this all out in a second. I'm just going to create a simple diamond interchange. Just like this, and then I'll go into my soften terrain tool. Oh, no, that's not working. Maybe I have to level the terrain first. Nope, that is not at all what I want to do. Alright, there we go. I can do this and then soften everything up. Yeah, that looks not half bad. That's alright. Okay, and then I will continue this road. Going straight like this. And then I will have a dirt road coming into the forest, just like this. And then we can finally get into forestry. So again, super simple. All we do is we basically create... Oh geez, this is kind of hard to see. We just zone a large area. Just like this. No car access. Yeah, you do. Oh, that's not right. There should have been a building that spawned here. Alright, well, let's try that again. There. That's better. Awesome. Oh yeah, and there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys. If I head back into town... so these medians are kind of ugly, right? This road is not very nice. Just a big slab of pavement. If I go into my road services, I can actually add a nice grass median, or I can add a nice treed median. I don't think I can add both, though. Oh! Alright, looks like I can. I take that back. Oh, well, it looks like it's ruining the whole, It's ruining the whole coast, unfortunately. Okay, well, I guess it is what it is. I just ruined the whole downtown. Oh, no. Well... it'll grow back. You know, at least this road looks better. Oops. Oh well, it'll grow back. Look, all these homes, they're all under construction. It's all gonna be okay. All right. So, we got some specialized industry going on over here. Employing 12 people. Let's take a look at my city statistics. I'm just curious. Actually, not my city statistics, but production. This is a menu that I haven't played with too much yet, but you can see here that we are actually producing 3 different types of goods here. The only thing is we're having to import a lot of materials to get this to operate. So yeah, it looks like I'm not creating any surplus. There's actually, the demand for the products being created is higher than what I'm able to produce. And in order to make a lot of money in this game, you have to invert that. You have to have a lot of surplus that you're able to export, and that's how you make a lot of money. But you know, I just really wanted to like just gloss over this and to show you guys what it's all about. But yeah. Oh, okay, so downtown is being rebuilt from the ground up. Very exciting. And while we're waiting for that to happen, let's go explore, see what we can buy with some development points. Do I have a power plant? I don't have a power plant in town, do I? I do not. I am importing 100% of my electricity. I think it's time that I have a power plant, especially since I'm making over 200,000 a month. I should be able to easily afford a power plant. So let's see what we got here. Geothermal power plant, maybe a gas power plant. Maybe I'll purchase a gas power plant. Let's get a hospital unlocked. So, oh, wait a minute. Nope, never mind. Let's get some large parks, or some sports parks. Oh, that's it. I just spent all of my points. Okay. But yeah, let's get a power plant in here. I think it's time that we do. Oh my god, wow, a gas power plant, 625,000 a month. 250 megawatts versus 20 megawatts. I'm only using slightly above 20. I don't need the 250 megawatts. So I'm just gonna go for a standard small coal power plant here. But it looks like I'm kind of running out of room. So I'm gonna place my power plant over in this corner of town. So right over here, just like that. And then I'll connect this up. And then all I have to do at this point is connect up these power lines to the grid. And boom, there we go. We're producing our own power. So if I check my power menu, I'm producing just a smidge over what my city's consumption is. It's pretty much negligible because in no time I'm gonna, you know, as the city grows, my demand is gonna grow even more. But I'm probably saving a little bit of money by doing this because importing electricity is very expensive. It's probably more expensive than 70,000 a month. Let's check. Okay, well, I'm still making about 200. I don't know if it's more expensive. It might get... There's likely a point where it gets more expensive to import electricity. I may not be there yet. I'm not 100% sure. But regardless, it's still a good idea to have a power plant in your city eventually. There, all right, so commercial demand is ever high. Am I still having some low customer issues? Not really. Not at all, actually. Oh, a little bit over here in downtown. But nothing too much. There, I'm gonna replace this with some higher density residential. There we go. And we're sitting comfortably at 5,800 people. Nice! What else did I want to check? Policies, city policies. I don't really have much right now. As you progress in the game, you unlock some new policies. But I don't have them all unlocked right now. Seems like people are complaining of being taxed a little too much. That's affecting my demand, but you know what? That's okay. Oh my god, I can't get over this monstrosity. But you know what? I find that the curves work and that they just flow much more naturally than they would in City Skylines 1. Like, this smooth curve would literally not be possible without mods in City Skylines 1. And here, like, I just created this in 2 minutes. So, like, it's way easier to create super realistic and convincing interchanges in City Skylines 2. And look at that, guys. We got some buses. We got plenty of people using the buses. Can I check how this line is doing? View details. Line usage 20%. 49 passengers. Yeah. They're somewhat using the buses. I mean, it's still just... We're still just a little tiny town, right? Can't expect everybody to be using public transportation. But this interchange here continues to be a problem. Oh my god, just people switching lanes like crazy. I should probably do something about this merge. But there was so many accidents happening here because I think I was trying to cram like 3 lanes into this road and it just wasn't having it, so this was a better option. But honestly, the best option would be to create another bridge, a secondary bridge going into town. And I think I'll get into that right now. I'm going to make use of this island. Could build a bridge. Actually, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to scooch this building ever so slightly to the right. I'm probably going to want to future-proof this road a bit. So I'm going to have it a 4-lane divided road. Which will go across the water like this. Did that just create like a giant dam? Oh, okay. It was just the shadow. I thought it created like a giant dam. Oh, look at that. There's a little house on here. Wow, look at that. Well, I'm going to keep that there. Oh, geez. Where am I going to build this bridge? I didn't even think this through. I'm going to have no choice but to build it over here. There we go. All right, that looks pretty cool. And then I'll have this avenue going straight through here. Connecting up with this one. And there's your secondary connection. Now it's going to take some time before it's actually used because it's kind of a detour right now. It certainly isn't the quickest route, but oh, look at that. We got some traffic using it already. Uh-oh. Got a little bit of a roller coaster going on here, but I'll just ignore that. Anyways, guys, that is pretty much going to be all the time I have for now, unfortunately. I can't believe this was an hour long. Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, hopefully this series gives you a good idea of what to expect in City Skylines 2. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing city I've ever built. Maybe I could have focused a bit more on that. But you know, my goal with this series was to give you guys a good overview of the game. You know, to show you all the new features, to show you how the progression system works and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, in my future series, I'm probably going to take my time a bit more, you know, focus on the aesthetics a little better. Because, you know, I was just trying to cram as much content as I possibly could in 30 minutes and in an hour, which, you know, in City Skylines terms, that is not a lot of time. But anyways, guys, that is going to be it for me. Again, I really hope you enjoyed this little mini-series, and I can't wait to get started on, you know, a full-blown actual city series. So that's it for me, guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, let me know what you think, and be sure to subscribe to the channel to get notified of future uploads. So that is all from me. Till the next episode, guys, take care.